Ladies and gentlemen, people who mistreat others often believe they can act without consequences, but life has a way of balancing things out. Negative actions create negative energy, and over time, toxic behavior leads to personal downfall. The way someone treats others is a reflection of who they are, and sooner or later, their actions catch up with them. Karma may not be immediate, but it is inevitable. When someone intentionally hurts or disrespects others, they plant seeds of negativity in their own lives. A person who lies, manipulates, or mistreats people might get away with it for a while, but eventually they will find themselves surrounded by distrust and loneliness. People begin to see them for who they truly are, and the relationships they once relied on start to crumble. Whether in friendships, work environments, or personal connections, a reputation for mistreatment follows a person wherever they go. The suffering that comes from bad karma does not always come in obvious ways. Sometimes it manifests through missed opportunities, failed relationships, or internal struggles. A person who constantly hurts others may wake up one day and realize they have no one left to support them. They might struggle to find happiness because they have built their lives on negativity rather than genuine connections. Their success, if built on deception or cruelty, eventually collapses under the weight of their own actions. People who treat others poorly often fail to recognize that their actions shape their future. When they spread pain, they invite pain into their own lives. They may find themselves in situations where they are treated the same way they treated others, learning firsthand the damage they caused. Some may experience regret, realizing too late that they pushed away those who genuinely cared about them. Others may continue their negative patterns until they become completely isolated, unable to form real, meaningful relationships. Meanwhile, those who are mistreated often grow stronger. Instead of being consumed by revenge, they move forward, build better lives, and attract better people. Their success becomes the ultimate proof that kindness and integrity always win in the end, while the ones who mistreated them are left to face the consequences of their own negativity. Those who endured rise above, proving that karma truly comes full circle. When someone treats you poorly, they often assume you will stay broken, bitter, or stuck in the pain they caused. They expect their actions to define your future, believing that their mistreatment will leave you permanently wounded. But when you rise above the hurt, heal, and become stronger, their mistreatment becomes their regret. Seeing you grow, succeed, and live a better life without them is a realization they never expected, and it stings more than any revenge ever could. People who mistreat others often do so out of insecurity, jealousy, or a need for control. They may have wanted to see you struggle because it made them feel superior. They may have underestimated you, assuming you would never recover from the way they treated you. But personal growth proves them wrong. When you overcome their negativity and thrive, it forces them to see that they were never as powerful as they believed. It shows them that they were just a chapter in your story, not the whole book. Regret comes in different forms. Sometimes those who hurt you realize they lost access to someone valuable, someone who is kind, loyal, and supportive. When they see you living well, achieving goals, and surrounding yourself with better people, they start to recognize what they threw away. They may wish they had treated you differently, but by the time they realize it, you have already moved on. That regret lingers, knowing they can no longer be a part of the life they once tried to break. Another form of regret comes from self-reflection. As time passes, they may experience similar pain from others, forcing them to understand what they put you through. They may see you thriving while they remain stagnant, realizing that their toxic ways only held them back. Watching your growth serves as a painful reminder that the problem was never you, it was always them. Your growth is the ultimate proof that they did not define your worth or your future. Every step forward, every achievement, and every moment of happiness proves that their negativity had no lasting power over you. The best response to their mistreatment is not revenge, but success. By focusing on your personal development and happiness, you ensure that their biggest regret will always be losing you. People who treat others poorly often believe they are in control, but in reality, they are the ones trapped. Their toxic behavior, whether it is manipulation, cruelty, or selfishness, becomes a cycle they cannot escape. While they may cause harm to others, they are ultimately harming themselves the most. Over time, their negativity isolates them, leaving them stuck in a world of their own making, surrounded by the consequences of their actions. Toxic individuals often thrive on controlling or hurting others, but this way of living comes at a cost. The more they mistreat people, the more they push away those who truly care about them. Friendships fade, relationships break down, and even professional connections become strained. While they may not realize it at first, their inability to maintain genuine, healthy relationships leaves them lonely and disconnected. They may attempt to manipulate new people, but eventually their true nature is exposed, and the cycle repeats. One of the most significant ways they become trapped in their toxicity is through their inability to change. Instead of reflecting on their actions and growing as individuals, they remain stuck in patterns of manipulation, deceit, and negativity. This mindset prevents personal growth, leaving them bitter and stagnant while the people they once mistreated move forward and succeed. They become prisoners of their own behaviors, unable to build meaningful connections or experience true happiness. Over time, their toxic ways also begin to affect their inner world. While they may seem confident or powerful on the surface, deep down they often struggle with insecurity, guilt, and unhappiness. Living with constant negativity takes a toll, and many toxic individuals find themselves filled with regret and dissatisfaction. They may blame others for their suffering, refusing to acknowledge that their own actions are the reason they feel empty and alone. The most painful part of their situation is watching others thrive without them. While the people they mistreated heal, grow, and build better lives, they remain stuck in the same toxic patterns. They see former friends, partners, or colleagues achieving happiness and success, while they continue to struggle with their own bittering. This realization is their true suffering, knowing that the world moves on, but they remain trapped in the negativity they created. When someone treats you poorly, it is natural to feel anger, resentment, or the desire for revenge. However, the most powerful response is not to retaliate, but to rise above and succeed. Success is the best revenge because it proves that their negativity had no lasting power over you. Instead of allowing their mistreatment to define your life, you use it as fuel to grow, achieve, and become stronger than ever. Toxic people often expect their victims to remain stuck in pain, struggling to recover from the harm they caused. They assume that their words or actions will break your spirit, keeping you in a cycle of self-doubt and suffering. But when you focus on personal growth and build a better life, you show them and yourself that they never had control over your destiny. Your success becomes undeniable proof that their attempts to bring you down failed. One of the most satisfying aspects of success as revenge is that it happens naturally. You do not have to waste time plotting against those who wronged you or seeking ways to make them suffer. Instead, by putting your energy into self-improvement, career growth, and emotional healing, you naturally leave them behind. While they remain trapped in their toxicity, you are moving forward, achieving goals, and creating a life filled with joy and purpose. Another reason success is the best revenge is that it removes toxic people's influence over you. When you succeed, you stop caring about their opinions, their judgments, or their past actions. They become irrelevant because they no longer have the ability to affect your happiness. There is nothing more frustrating to someone who tried to hurt you than realizing that their efforts were meaningless, that you not only survived, but thrived. Eventually, those who mistreated you will notice your growth. They may regret their actions, seeing that they lost someone valuable. They may even try to reconnect, hoping to be part of your success. But by that time, you have already moved on. Your journey has taken you to greater heights, and their negativity no longer has a place in your life. Success is not just about material achievements, it is about peace, happiness, and fulfillment. The true victory is living well, being surrounded by positive people, and knowing that your worth was never defined by those who tried to tear you down. By succeeding, you win in the most powerful way possible, by proving to yourself that you were always stronger than the obstacles they put in your way.